need to work more.
Is that the same answer you look at as far as trying to get more pressure on the quarterback?
Yep. We need to continue to work, look ourselves in the mirror, and get back to work.
How frustrating is it to be at this point in the season when you do have to go back to work after the way things started out? We're in the middle of this year.
I'm excited to attack the work no matter the outcome. I love football. I love the process, and I know there's a lot of guys in the locker room that do also, so we just need to get back to work.
What makes Mahomes so difficult to defend and try to get to the plays he makes?
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret that he's a hell of a player. He has great weapons. They have a good scheme. You can't afford to spot them points and allow him to scramble around the pocket and have time, and we didn't have any success on any of the things I just said.
Jay, how strong is the belief in that room still, in that defense? I mean, obviously, you guys did it for 13, 14 games.
Yeah, we just have to go back to work and go from there.
Mike said that you guys have regressed in terms of turnover culture, that you're just not getting the turnovers you had earlier. Why is that? What's kind of behind that slump?
I'm not sure. I'll have to watch the film and go from there, but it's too fresh right now that I don't know everything that transpired as far as the turnover culture. Obviously, we didn't get the ball today, so it's not good enough.
TJ, is there anything in particular that you see that needs to be corrected in order to get things back on track?
We just need to get back to work, honestly. Just need to continue to work, and everybody dealt with the short week and 3 games in 11 days, so that's no excuse there. We just need to continue to find ways to get better, and as the season goes on, the margins are smaller, and we just need to continue to work and go from there.
All right, we'll open it up for questions. Russ, on the interception, can you explain the concept? Were you counting on George to go vertical and carry that safety, or can you explain that for us?
Yeah, I think he's going to go vertical, but at the end of the day, it can't happen. On me, I was trying to give Pat a chance. He's hadn't done such a good job for us down the red zone, and they made a good play.
Russ, what does this offense need to do to get going?
I think that first of all, we just have to play cleaner. That's gonna be the first part. I think the second part is we're gonna have to study the film and see where we're doing things really well. There's some moments. I mean, we scored a touchdown, got called back. Just those things that happen. In key situations, and then I think at the end of the day, there's going to be adversity in every season, and it comes in different spaces and places and different times. And I'm betting on our guys and who we are and how we're going to respond. I really believe in who we are, the character of guys, the mentality that we have. It's been a tough road, obviously, the past 3 weeks, and we haven't been able to overcome some of the challenges along the way. And that's going to be we got to make that a good thing for us. At the end of the day, when you look back at it all, and hope when we get the chance to play in the playoffs, it becomes 0-0. You know what I mean? It's that's the truth of the playoffs and the opportunity that we have. And so I think that before we get there, though, is that our belief can't waver. Matter of fact, if anything, we got to turn it up even more on our belief. And I think that's a key part to how we respond in the midst of adversity. And the adversity can break you down. The adversity can challenge you in such a way that you start thinking negatively, you start speaking negatively, you start thinking, woe is me, this or that. Or the adversity can challenge you in such a way that there's growth, and the adversity can challenge you in such a way that you try to find the next moment. And I think that with any game, any next moment, you have to believe that this one's going to be the best one. And how we do that is going to be by really great fundamentals, really great communication, really great execution. Like I said, we did some really good things today, but we also did a lot of bad, in a way. And so, how do we remove that and just get better? And I think that's got to be our focus as a team, as a whole team. We got to get better, and it starts with us, in my opinion, and just trying to find a way to, capitalize on moments.
Pass rush that they generated, were you surprised they were able to get that much going without Jones, and did they do anything schematically that you weren't expecting in the absence of him at the last minute to sort of adjust?
No, I mean, they didn't do anything schematically necessarily that we weren't prepared for. They did a little bit more 5-3-3 and different things that they did, but to be honest with you, I just think that they made more plays than we did. And I think that it was a battle out there for sure. And just I try to use my legs a little bit more in certain situations when something wasn't there or whatever, and just try to get first downs and keep the ball moving. So I think at the end of the day, they, like I said, it's a simple game. They made more plays than we did.
What do the Chiefs do up front to make more plays? Like, were there things that you guys could come back and you can say, hey, we had to pick this up better? Were there certain things they were running to get you guys off rhythm more?
Honestly, I got to watch the film of it, but like I said, they did a good job. They played better than we did as a collective effort, as a collective team, and they capitalized on moments and stuff. And so, we were third and long, too many times, especially in that. I think in the second half, we just had too many situations where we were kind of back that we couldn't get a rhythm in certain moments. And so, score 16-10, and coming out of half, and we have a great opportunity to go down the field and try to make something happen, and nothing really happened for us the right way. So we got to figure that out and study that and just see where we can get better. And I still love how we competed at the very end of it. I think it's, despite it all, guys not giving up and giving in.
Third straight game, you guys haven't scored 20 points. Third straight game, you guys have lost. What are some of the themes that you guys are able to identify and say, hey, these are the key parts that we have to adjust to turn things around? Yeah,
I think it's going to be, all about us making plays, staying on schedule. And I think that's just the name of the game, especially offensively. We're going to have to be able to do that moving forward. Obviously, we got a big one at home next week, and that one's going to matter to us in a lot of ways. And it's going to matter in a lot of ways because we want to catch that momentum going into the playoffs and how we play the right way. And you have to be singularly focused. I know it's you look back and no matter what the circumstances are, you can look back and if we had won all 3 games, and everything else, it's you look back and you go in the playoffs and you're not prepared and you don't play right and it's over. Or you can lose these 3 games and respond the right way, and be ready to go. And I think that there's highs and lows in every season, like I said, and so we got to make sure that we end this last game on the right footing, and right belief. And that's going to be really key to how we go about it, and how we respond. I think from there, just going into it, understanding that it's going to be a 0-0 score, come the playoff time. And that's got to be where we are. That's got to be our perspective. And how we go about that's going to really matter over the next really 10 days. How we prepare, how we think about it. I think that obviously, there's been a bunch of games on I don't know how many days, and there's been some ups and downs in it. And so what we're going to have to do is recover physically from that, but also to mentally press in. I think it's going to be a really important part to mentally press in and study and figure out what we can do. I think that's going to be really critical how we approach it. There's all these teams that we can beat, and we can play better. And when we do play better, I think we're going to be a scary team to play. But we got to make sure that's the case.
Coming into this 3-game and 11-day stretch, you guys knew you'd be tested. What do you feel like you learned about this team through this gauntlet?
I think first of all, these guys in this locker room aren't giving up. They're not giving in. There's so much to still look forward to. There's still a chance. I was telling the guys in the locker room about that. It's just like, in every season there's moments, but we still got an unbelievable chance to do some great things. And when you come into a season, you're looking for one important goal. Everybody is. All 32 teams are, and people get eliminated along the way. People get knocked out early, whatever it may be throughout the season. And it's in a way it's like a 16-round fight. And when you go throughout the season and in that fight, you may win certain rounds early, you may get beat down or halfway through, near the end, whatever it may be, but hopefully it's around 14, 15, 16 we're standing tall. And so how we go about that is going to be great focus, great language, great belief, great detail, and seeing what we can do better. And I'm looking forward to that challenge. Looking forward to the challenge of overcoming the adversity with these guys, and that's the part that we're built for, and I believe that. Our fans going to be really critical along the way, obviously in this last home game here, and then hopefully something great can happen along the way here. But I think that's what's really important is just us being really focused on how we can be better.
What's what's the confidence that you guys?
that
What,
one more
what,
time?
what goes into the confidence that you guys can do that this year? I mean, you guys did have put together good stretches of games.
Yeah.
What's the confidence that you could turn around from the adversity you guys have faced?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have great confidence in that. We have great confidence for multiple reasons. I think first of all, we've overcome challenges throughout the season. We've been tested. There's been, highs and lows. We've overcome a lot of them. I think that, the past, few weeks that we've played, we felt like we've had a chance at some point in the game to whether it's the Eagles game at half, coming out the right way, hit the flea flicker, and then, negative things happening along the way. I think the Ravens game, we felt like we were competing at the highest level, and then they made a couple more plays than us. And then this game, we just, we didn't make, we've been really good, I feel like, in the second half for the most part, especially offensively in terms of, answering the call, especially when the score's 16-10 like that and coming out the right way. And today we didn't get to do that, and so that's the history of today, and so we got to make our own history, and do that this last game in the regular season. And I think that, and then you start all over again, like I said, come playoffs, and we got to be able to create that. We got to create that history, and how you do that is by just great belief, and unwavering belief and unwavering confidence, and at the end of the day, unwavering hard work. That's what we have to do.
Russ, you mentioned some of the positives. Is Jalen one of those, and do you have to find ways to get him the ball more often?
Yeah, I mean, Jalen's been great for us. Obviously he was, kind of injured, dinged up early in the season. He's been great for us, making some big time runs, catches and all that. He did a really good job on the flat, the throw I threw to him out there. And, he does some really special things. He's physical. He's tough to tackle. We're excited about Jalen. He's going to be a big part of us turning this around. I think Naj too, obviously he had some good runs there, especially near the end when he touches the football. He's had a good year for us. And so, it's going to take all of us, and that's what it's going to take to be champions. It's going to take all of us. And it's going to take all of our effort, all of our mentality, all of our energy to that. And I'm counting on us to do that.
Two more.
Russ, how much more emphasis need to be put on the start of the game, actually starting off faster instead of putting yourself behind where you're playing catch-up football?
Yeah, I think it's a huge part to it. We got to start early in the games and get the first down and get the next play and make the next thing happen. Get the hopefully have a touchdown drive, the first drive of the game. That's really critical. And it doesn't define the game though, but it definitely helps. And so I think that what's really important for us is to continue to search for that, continue to find ways to get first downs, touchdowns. Early in the game, especially in the first drive or two. That would be huge. Help our defense out in that way. But it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't necessarily define the game. That's why we play 4 quarters. Like, as I said, at the end of the day, today halftime is 16-10. I believe. It's like it's in striking distance, and we got to make sure that when we come back out, at halftime, that we are able to do something positively with it. So we didn't get to do that today.
Anyone? All right.
Thank you guys. Yep. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you.